So this is the definition. When it is bleeding, when it is abnormal regularity, volume, frequency, and occurs in the absence of pregnancy, is called abnormal uterine bleeding. It can either be acute or chronic. Acute bleeding is unrelated to pregnancy, was defined as that sufficient volume which requires emergency intervention to prevent further blood loss. They can come in a state of shock. So the chronic can be due to when the patient is having irregular cycles, heavy menstrual cycle over a period of 6 months. Sometimes it can be an acute on the chronic contest. It can be a spontaneous or in connection with chronic AUB. So the common cause, it occurs in all the age group. In adolescent age group, it is like HBO axis immaturity, can cause anovulation, pelvic infection, coagulopathy, sometimes tumor also. During reproductive age group, we have to rule out pregnancy related causes and other causes like structural lesions, anovulatory cycles, endometrial hyperplasia and endometrial cancer. And peri and post menopause, again it is anovulatory bleeding, but our main aim should rule out malignancy. Sometimes it can be due to general disease like cirrhosis or thyroid dysfunction. We have to rule out that also. So this is the various causes, as I already mentioned. It can be a polyp, endometrial polyp, adenomyosis, it's filling the uterus, so leiomyoma, and endometrial carcinoma, it can be. So various structural causes can be due to AUB. So coming to the coin, non-structural cause, 3% of the women presenting with HPV, heavy menstrual bleeding. It can be due to von Willebrand disease, platelet dysfunction, factor 9 deficiency or 10 deficiency, or patient taking anticoagulant drugs. So ovulatory dysfunction, the commonest cause we come across is the polycystic ovaries. It is a typical general examination of the PCOS, hirsutism, acanthosis nigrans, and hypothyroidism, hyperprolactinemia, mental stress, obesity, anorexia, weight loss, extreme exercise. Adolescents also, they have ovulatory dysfunction. During menopause transition, ovulatory dysfunction can happen. So other commonest ovulatory dysfunction is due to, it is called loop, that is the luteal phase. See, in menstrual cycle, we have a follicular phase and the luteal phase. When the luteal phase is out of deficiency, luteal out of phase is called loop, when there is a deficient progesterone. So it can be of two varieties, the Hallman's disease, the irregular shedding, incomplete atrophy of the corpus luteum due to incomplete withdrawal of LH, resulting in persistent secretion of the progesterone. So the bleeding and spotting continues after the regular periods. So irregular ripening, the poor formation of corpus luteum, inadequate function leads to inadequate production of progesterone, which is inadequate to support endometrial growth. So the slight bleeding or spotting starts before regular cycles. So it should be soon after the period we should do the endometrial biopsy. And in case of irregular shedding, we have to do biopsy after the periods because it persists after the period. So we have to do endometrial biopsy after that.